of the Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, when pigs could talk and no one had ever heard of bacon, there was an old piggy mother with her 3 little sons. They had a very pleasant home in the middle of an oak forest and were all just as happy as the day was long. Until one sad year, there wasn't enough food for her to feed her family. One day, with tears in her eyes, she said,
I think I must send them out into the wide world to seek their fortune.
She kissed them, and the 3 little pigs set off on their travels, each taking a different road and carrying a bundle slung on a stick across his shoulder. The first little pig had not gone far when he met a man carrying a bundle of straw. So he said to him,
Please, man, give me that straw so I can build myself a house.
The man was very kind, so he gave him the bundle of straw. And the little pig built a pretty little house with it. As soon as it was finished, and the little pig was thinking of going to bed, a wolf came along. It knocked at the door and said, Little pig, let me come in. But the little pig laughed softly and answered,
No, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
Then the wolf said sternly,
Then I'll huff and I will puff and I'll blow your house down.
So he huffed and he puffed and he blew his house down. Because you see, it was only made of straw and too light. And when he had blown the house down, he ate up the little pig and didn't even leave the tip of his little piggy tail. The second little pig also met a man, and he was carrying a bundle of sticks. So Piggy said politely,
Please, kind man, won't you sell me those sticks so that I can build myself a house?
The man agreed, and Piggy set to work to build himself a snug little house before night time. It was hardly even finished when the wolf came along and said, Little pig, let me come in.
No, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin,
answered the little pig.
Then I'll huff and I will puff and I'll blow your house down,
said the wolf. So he huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed, and at last he blew the house down and gobbled the little pig up. Now, the third little pig met a man with a load of bricks. He said,
Please, man, won't you sell me those bricks so that I can build myself a house?
So the man gave him the bricks, and the little pig built himself a nice, strong little house. As soon as it was finished, the wolf came to call, just as he had done to the other little pigs, and said,
Little pig, let me come in.
But the little pig answered,
No, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
Then I'll puff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down,
said the wolf. Well, he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed and he huffed and he puffed. Phew! But he could not get the house down. At last he had no breath left to huff and puff with. So he sat down outside the little pig's house and thought for a while. Soon he called out,
Oh, little pig, I know where there's a nice field of turnips.
Where?
said the little pig.
Behind the farmer's house, 3 fields away. And if you can be ready in the morning, I will call for you. And we can go together and get some breakfast.
Okay,
said the little pig.
I'll make sure that I'm ready. What time do you want to start?
Be ready at 6 o'clock.
Replied the wolf. Well, the wise little pig got up at 5 o'clock, scampered away to the field, and brought home a huge load of turnips before the wolf came. At 6 o'clock, the wolf came to the little pig's house and said,
Little pig, are you ready?
Ready?
cried the little pig.
I've already been to the field and I came back ages ago. And now I'm busy boiling a pot of turnips for breakfast.
The wolf was very angry indeed, but he had made up his mind to catch the little pig somehow or other. So he told him that he knew where there was a nice apple tree.
Where?
It's around the hill at the farm.
The wolf said,
So if you promise to play no tricks on me, I'll come for you tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock, and we will go there together and get some rosy-cheeked apples. Yum!
The next morning, Peaky got up at 4 o'clock and was off and away long before the wolf came. But the orchard was a long way off, and besides, he had the tree to climb, which is very difficult for a little pig. Before his sack was filled, he saw the wolf coming towards him. He was so scared and so frightened when the wolf said,
Little pig, why are you here before me? Are they nice apples?
He replied at once,
Very nice. Here's one for you to taste.
So he picked an apple and threw it so far that while the wolf was running to fetch it, he had time to jump down and scamper away home. The next day, the wolf came again and told the little pig that there was going to be a fair in town that afternoon, and asked him if he would come with him.
Oh, yes.
Said the pig.
I will go with pleasure. What time do you want to start?
At 3:30.
Said the wolf. Of course, the little pig started long before the time, went to the fair and bought a fine large barrel, and was trotting away with the barrel on his back. When he saw the wolf coming, he didn't know what to do, so he crept into the barrel to hide. Soon it started rolling. Down the hill it went, rolling over and over, with the little pig squeaking inside. Oink, 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 oink. The wolf didn't know what the strange thing rolling down the hill was, so he turned around and ran away home without going to the fair at all. He went to the little pig's house to tell him how frightened he was of the large round thing which came rolling past him down the hill. Laughed the little pig.
So I scared you, did I? I've already been to the fair and I bought a barrel. When I saw you, I got inside it and I rolled down the hill.
This made the wolf so angry, so he said that he would eat the little pig. He said that nothing would save him because he would jump down the chimney. But the clever little pig hung a pot full of water over the fireplace and then made a blazing fire. Just as the wolf was coming down the chimney, he took off the lid and in fell the wolf. In a second, the little pig had popped the lid on again. And after that, he lived quietly and comfortably for all of his days and was never troubled by a wolf again. The end.